Hi everyone, my name is Erica Metcalf and welcome to my Literacy PDE presentation. The new literacy practice I will be exploring throughout this video will be the use of Twitter for storytelling in the 21st century. Now here's a little bit about Twitter. This popular social media site was founded by Jack Dorsey, Evan Williams, and Biz Stone all the way back in 2006. Today, there are almost 200 million users worldwide and more than 140 million tweets sent out daily, making that almost a billion tweets in a week. When Twitter first began, users were forced to limit their tweets into short bursts of no more than 140 characters. Recently, that limit has now doubled to 280 characters, allowing users to produce slightly longer tweets. Twitter can be accessed from the internet or through an app on mobile devices such as smartphones or tablets. Rather than sending or accepting friend requests like you would on Facebook, Twitter users simply follow other users. These Twitter follows aren't always mutual, and in cases like with celebrities and social media influencers, one does not necessarily have to follow their followers back. Twitter is also referred to as a microblog. According to Greenhow and Gleason, microblogs are a form of social media that allow authors to create their own online content, tag it, and share it. Some common practices of Twitter include using the @ symbol plus a username to reply to or direct tweet at another user. Hashtags are also used to organize tweets as part of a certain topic or category, and retweets are used to share other users' tweets. Thinking in hashtags. As I previously mentioned, the term hashtags, which originally came from Twitter, refers to the act of using the number sign before a word or phrase in a tweet to organize them into certain categories, trends, or events. The use of hashtags has spread across other social platforms and has now become a part of our daily lives. People will even use hashtags during regular face-to-face conversation by using their fingers to make a number sign. The idea of thinking in hashtags can provide educators and researchers insight into how young people develop, adopt, and adapt new literacies on Twitter. Twitter as a new literacy practice, or Twitteracy. In their article, Greenhow and Gleason refer to several new literacy scholars as conceptualizing literacy from a broader sociocultural perspective as a dynamic, situationally specific, multimodal, and socially mediated practice that both shapes and is shaped by digital technologies. Much like Roswell and Walsh's description of multiliteracy and digital literacy, the multimodal and socially oriented nature of Twitter is why it can be considered a new literacy practice. Users can have conversations with people from all over the world, discover and engage with current events, discuss trends and topics with those who share similar interests, and express themselves through various modes such as drawings, music, videos, emojis, etc. Teenager Twitteracy practices, a term coined by Greenhow and Gleason, are considered to be co-constructed, non-linear, multiple, creative, social, and action-oriented, which are characteristics that can be deemed valuable in a globalized, networked world. Using Twitter in the classroom. The use of Twitter has become popular across several domains. Many professionals use Twitter to develop their personal learning networks, or PLN, to promote their business, or to research and obtain information relevant to their careers. For some, using Twitter has become an expectation in the workforce. Introducing Twitter early on to school-age children can help prepare them for their future in a working society. In addition to equipping them for potential jobs, Twitter has several other benefits that are useful for today's youth. Having the ability to socialize on a digital platform allows students to access information from various topics and users. Students can engage in conversation with other children from around the world without even leaving their own classrooms. They can share their own photographs, drawings, videos, and other multimedia sources, allowing them to express their creativity to friends. Since there is a limitation on characters, students learn how to relay short but concise information to their followers about topics they are interested in. Twitter also provides educators with the opportunity to discuss the importance of digital citizenship and how to properly use social media at a young age. Although there are a significant amount of benefits, there are also limitations involved when using Twitter in the classroom. Since it is a public site, teachers will need to be cautious of the privacy of their students. FOIP is something that is not taken lightly and can put restrictions on what students and teachers can post. For example, unless a parent has given permission to do so, images of students or their work cannot be posted online. In many cases, users' followers are typically strangers, which means unfamiliar people might try to follow students. Luckily, Twitter does provide users with the option to protect their tweets, making their account private and giving you the ability to approve or deny follow requests. Collaborative storytelling using Twitter. With concise planning, guidance, and structure, I think Twitter would be a useful tool for transforming old literacy methods of traditional story writing into something modern and new. As Roswell and Walsh mentions, educators living in a digital world are faced with the challenge of using traditional literacy methods of reading and writing of print-based texts and merging them with technology. Using Twitter can help teachers engage students' digital skills and interests while implementing new literacy practices. Hashtag 3LittlePigs. In his article, Gleason says that the use of hashtags encourages us to see the active, intuitive, emergent process of writing and creating on Twitter as a form of multimodal storytelling or composition. With the help of Twitter, students can take traditional folktale or fairy tale stories and transform them into a modern-day Twitter thread. First, the teacher would break the class up into small groups and give each group a well-known story. Next, each student, including the teacher, would need to create a Twitter account portraying a character from their story, ensuring that their tweets are protected. After, they would all follow each other to make sure they could all see their tweets. For the purpose of this activity, I will focus on the familiar story of the 3 Little Pigs. Each group would also get a hashtag related to their book. Hashtag 3LittlePigs could be an option for this group, and every time a student from that group would make a tweet, they would include hashtag 3LittlePigs at the end of it. Perhaps they would want to change their profile picture to an image of that character. Now, they are ready to retell this traditional story with a modern-day twist. They would have to imagine that what that character might tweet if they had their very own Twitter account. For example, after getting both of their houses blown down by the wolf, the first 2 pigs could tweet at the third pig something like, @smartestpig3, are you home yet? @BigBadWolf is coming, hashtag 3LittlePigs. Greenhow and Gleason argue that Twitter conversations require understanding of conventions and deciding when and how to use them to support one's purpose. Such an activity requires students not only recall events from the story, but to also transform them into short yet meaningful pieces of text that convey the same message as if they were to retell the story on paper. Although it would be relatively time-consuming and would require a significant amount of preparation for both the teacher and students, this assignment would provide students with an alternative perspective on storytelling while familiarizing them with Twitter social conventions in a fun and engaging way. I personally would have a lot of fun doing such an activity if I were to be a student myself, or if I were to teach perhaps children who are maybe in relatively older grades, probably more so grades 4 and up,